Hey, y'all, this is Catherine Lane, and welcome to Catherine's Conversations in the Country. We're here at my home in Clover, South Carolina, and our guest is Robert White. He is the Executive Director of the Tri-County Piedmont chapter of NAMI, and that stands for the National Alliance on Mental Health. Robert, thank you for coming out.
Catherine, it's my pleasure. Thank you for letting me have fun with these beautiful animals out here on this beautiful, crisp morning.
Thank you, and we've got our special guest in this edition. This is Penelope, everybody, and she helps me with my mental health, and that's for sure. Animals do help, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Well, we want to talk today about not only the holidays with kids and teenagers, but children and mental illness in general, teenagers specifically. I know my parents never talked to me about my mental health.
Nor mine.
You know, it was like, basically, get over it, kid, and some of us did and some of us didn't. We're a little better now. We know a little bit more now. When is too early to start talking to children about mental illness?
To me, it's never too early. Back when you and I were young, there was it was so stigmatized.
Younger.
Last week. And we really didn't talk about mental health or mental wellness. That was something that, nobody, we talked about it. And hence, it's just built up over time. Pre-pandemic, we see 1 in 6 youth had an issue surrounding their mental health. Now, post-pandemic, it's 1 in 3.
Wow.
So it's showing us even more that we need to have these conversations with our youth to let people know it's okay not to be okay. It's just like if I had a heart problem or diabetes, I would go see a doctor. I would go see a doctor to get to feeling better. Same thing with mental health. It is a mental health, a medical condition for your mental health. Go see your physician and get things taken care of.
Well, how do you open the conversation? Let's say the child is age appropriate. They're getting ready to maybe ask about being on social media. They're wanting a phone. Their kids are their friends are starting to do things. How do you open up the conversation to have a nice, healthy mental health pathway for your teenagers?
That's a great question, Catherine. And it's going to be individual based off the family's needs and where they are in life. But to have those conversations, you need to open them up early. Let them know, hey, if I am struggling, come to mom or dad or grandparent and have those crucial conversations. Because if we don't, they're going to hide behind their keyboard, and a lot of bad things can happen, especially with social media that is so relevant today. I don't know the statistic, but I can guarantee it's extremely high. How many of those kids are connected to the social media network sites?
Some of them.
Yes.
All of them.
Some of them are very positive,
right.
But there are a lot of bad things that happen around the social media. So parents need, just like when you learn to drive, when is the right time? You get in there and you start teaching that child how to drive. Things with mental health, you got to start. Just like when we talk about anything in life, I want to teach my son or my daughter X and Y, it's up to that parent. But here with mental health, we need to start when they're young and where they can comprehend as they're maturing into young adults.
Can I just add too, as a mother and as a grandmother, I think a very important thing is to let your child know that they can come to you with anything.
100%.
You can say, let's say they did something they know they shouldn't have. They need to know that they can still come to you and discuss it, or just to talk about it, or maybe they're interested in doing something. An open dialogue.
Yes.
Wouldn't you say is so crucial?
It is very crucial. And some parents or those kids with the lack of parents, it's even more important to have those conversations. They have to have an out. If it's with a therapist or is with a doctor or a grandmother, a family friend, that child needs to make sure they have an avenue that they can trust.
Now, what services does NAMI provide to help children navigate these waters right now, and especially if they feel like there's mental issues involved?
I'm a huge proponent of peer support. Let's get together in numbers, or people that are like me. And what we do at our Rock Hill office, every Tuesday, we have a licensed therapist that has a young adult or teen group that meets for about an hour and a half. We give them pizza, let them come in and have a good time, and just work through life with those individuals. We're excited. We're very close to having that open up in our Lancaster market as well, because our kids are our future. We need to make sure that they have everything they need to make sure they make that decision. So get engaged, get a peer support group. And we reach out to NAMIPiedmont.org on our website. There's information there. Sign up, because we'd love to have any teenager that's listening to this.
And talk, talk, talk. You can never do too much of that.
Absolutely.
All right.
Absolutely.
Robert White is the executive director of NAMI, and this was good stuff. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you, Catherine. My pleasure.
Be well.